Broadway is about to get turned upside down. A Stranger Things prequel is on Broadway this spring. It takes place 24 years before the start of the smash Netflix hit. Stranger Things: A First Shadow stars T.R. Knight and more. We had a chance to chat. Let's talk about this because this show is, I heard, technologically spectacular. Can you talk a little bit about it?
So the television show, it introduces us to 11, right?
Yes.
And so the play introduces us to number 1. It takes place in 1959, so everyone you know as an adult, pretty much everyone you know as an adult in the television show is a high school student in this, because the villain from season 4 is number 1, and he is in high school as well. I've never worked on anything like this at all. Never the scope, never in the genre before in theater. So there's this kind of massive machinery to it, but then it also exists as this kind of quiet tragedy of a play as well, in addition to all the monsters and special effects. And the special effects are just enormous. And so much so that I didn't really understand them until I just had to physically see them in person.
Right.
Yeah, and I just really, it did not, then it clicked. Steven, our director, and Justin, our co-director, would explain and I would just pretend. I'd make those noises, but until I saw it, because it is so, but then some of the special effects are so simple and so, involve a string and a piece of cloth. And so it has both of that, highly technical, cutting edge kind of element to it, and then some old-timey magic as well. And this cast, it's like 34 people, 34 of us. It's a lot for a play.
That's a lot.
And a lot of them are making their Broadway debuts. Most of them are. So
is
it's
that exciting to be a
is.
part of?
Oh yeah. To witness.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's thrilling.
When you look at a play like this, especially because there's such a following to Stranger Things, when you talk about like the different parts of it, there's the emotional part of it, then there's the monsters part of it, and then there's the, just the mystery part of it overall. So, and it's exciting to now go into a theater and have this backstory that, we're not really familiar with at all.
Right. But I think they've done a really remarkable job at, like friends of mine who have seen it who aren't familiar with the show. I'm familiar with the show, so it's, there's certain things that you just understand.
Sure. But
it's been interesting to hear from them how they've enjoyed it, not knowing it at all, and leaving it and saying, I'm gonna start looking and just start watching it, and so that's exciting.
So when you got the call that you were gonna take on this role, thoughts about it? Had you already been a fan of the show? Did you go into it kind of knowing?
Definitely liked the show a lot, and definitely did the binging. But what's interesting about this role is that there are 2 actors who share it. And there's an older version and a younger version in the because you see they visit him in jail after he's done that.
Yeah.
So this is
those who know.
This yes. So this is the younger version of the role that is flashed to. In this massive piece, there are so many little stories going on, and his is very encapsulated, but it's just full-on tragedy, and that element of the horror aspect of it. He's a very damaged individual. So,
complexities.
It's before a time when, there would be some help for him.
Right.
So, and the whole understanding of it's supporting Henry's journey. Henry is number 1.
Yes.
Yeah, and how his damage carries on to the next generation. And doesn't set him up for success either.
Audience response, because you have obviously people that have never, not familiar with Stranger Things. And then you've got the people that are, can't wait to see what's next, what happened before, I guess.
It's easier for me to hear. This weird thing happens when I'm on stage. I can understand response, obviously, because these are still working, but just the level and stuff, I just don't know, because I guess my focus is elsewhere.
Sure.
But when I'm off stage, I can hear it, and there are some scary moments that, you definitely reaction is quite, intense. But yeah, I think, and every audience is different because they all have their own personalities in a way. So some you really, some you feel like they are avid fans, and a certain character will get a cheer. But they've all been great.